Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Let's start here on the 4-hour time frame. We zoom out a little bit. We can see that Solana left our trend reversal zone here highlighted in orange, rallied higher. This is what we would expect in an overall bullish scenario, that Solana is pushing higher here and eventually will rally to the upside. The condition here was and is that the $12 level is holding. In the very short term, however, we need to understand, okay, how likely is it that Solana will still make another low? Unfortunately, the structure is not very clear. Yeah, we don't have a very clear structure that would allow us to define a great setup here on the long side, because the structure is just corrective at the moment still. Could be a diagonal potentially, but just be aware that if price comes down now, it's not really confidence that we could that we can have that it is going to hold a higher low. First of all, it's not very clear if it's a diagonal at all from an TA point of view, and it's definitely not an impulse. So we're going to take a look at that. But overall, the idea is still that Solana rallied in a 5-wave move into the December-January highs, and then, January actually, and then came down in a WXY structure, which again could be finished, maybe one more low here to finish it, as long as we're holding $12 below that level. However, which is the 78.6 retracement, we need to turn the bearish scenario on, and that would lead to new lows below the $8 level. It's just that $12 is the key level here. In the very short term, obviously we're tracking still this as a wave 4. It could also be this is some kind of a B wave. It could be a B wave. Maybe we change that right now, because this cannot really be a wave 4 anymore. I mean, it can, but it's just not reliable. So let's just make a small change here to the chart. Or actually, why not do something fancy here, which I normally don't do. I hate this pattern because it normally doesn't exist. But instead of having WXY, WX, whatever, let's put the WXYX Z pattern onto the chart, which normally doesn't exist, but there you go. It just never turns up, right? But okay, maybe this time, who knows? It's a very complex correction. If it comes down once more, it's probably gonna do something like that. You could argue it's doing it a very complex correction. The problem I have always with this structure is that it is a 5-wave move to the downside, So it could also be a leading diagonal in a wave 1 or whatever. But the move down was corrective. The move up was corrective. The move down was corrective. The move up is corrective. And maybe one more low in a Z wave. Again, as long as it's holding $12, that's all fine. It can drop slightly below it as soon as it recovers, or as long as it recovers quickly. That's fine. Yeah, I feel excited about this structure. Never used it. Okay. But that is obviously only we can call it still bullish scenario, but short-term bearish. Now, if we look at the yellow wave count here, this is what it needs to do for a bullish scenario. So what did I want to see? I told you I wanted to see a leading diagonal at least, 5 waves up. Wave 1 could be done. Wave 2 could be done. Wave 3 could be done. Well, what is this? To be honest, you can count the wave 4 complete. Of course you can. Is it reliable? I mean, I'm very honest with you. This spike down yesterday, it is not a reliable wave 4. If you look at the length of the wave 2, look at the length of the wave 4. Honestly, I can't, it's nothing I would call reliable, So the right look is important. So while this is possible, I'm questioning this. This could be a wave 1, and if it now comes down as holding a higher low, you've got your 1-2 setup. It's not a reliable one though. I will add a support area now, but note that I will only highlight it here in orange, so it's higher risk because the situation is less clear than it should be. But sometimes that's just what it is in markets. There's not always a good and clear structure. So this would be the support area that at any time Solana now needs to hold. That's the level you can measure your risk against, in my opinion. That's the area that it needs to hold to give us a reliable third wave. So as long as it's holding 1440 and does not break and sustain below it, it could still go higher in a third wave. But the actual make or break point is 1285 here, the beginning of the potential wave 1. What I would prefer personally is to get a bit more clarity and see a larger wave 4 that's what I would prefer. Something like that, and that the wave 4 is actually unfolding as a flat structure. That is, I think, the more likely wave count, that we did have an overshooting B wave and we now come down in a C wave, which could go a little lower. And at least we would get a clearer wave 4, and I will highlight that in yellow as well. Yep, that's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.